Hello and welcome to Computology Academy. So today we are going to discuss the mains answer writing practice question number 8, which was provided on our different social media channels as well as on the community post of YouTube. So the question relates with the National Commission for Scheduled Caste. So why this is in news? So recently, as we know about the controversy regarding the Samir Wankhede, his reservation through which he had got into the services, he had cleared the UPSC. So UPSC students will also be interested regarding this. But from the constitutional point of view, this is a very important topic and it may be there in the second paper of UPSC as well as third paper of our JPSC mains examination. So here what is the issue, that various safeguards have been provided to the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes regarding their exploitation, regarding their social welfare, regarding social justice and other things in the constitution itself. But it was not a national commission, but it has gradually evolved into national commission. And how it has evolved and what are the safeguards that has been provided in the constitution itself, as well as various provisions that are being enacted at different point of time through the parliament as well as the state legislatures, that we will discuss today. So first of all, we will discuss how does it works. So here the question was a simple question: write a short note on National Commission on Scheduled Caste or National Commission for the Scheduled Caste. So here we come to know that in the introduction we will have to write, because there is no different parts of the question, so simply we have to write about all the aspects that relates to National Commission for the Scheduled Caste. So it is a constitutional body under the article of 338 of the Constitution of India. That is, it is provided a constitutional status. But when the constitution was enacted, it was not having a constitutional status, or it was not having a commission status, but it works under the Social Justice and Empowerment Ministry. So the Social Justice and Empowerment Ministry is the nodal ministry under which this commission works, and this provides the safeguard against the exploitation of the scheduled caste. So if there is any exploitation, any ill treatment, any social injustice to the scheduled caste, then here it is empowered to provide them safeguard against such kind of ill effects of the society towards the scheduled caste. And here it promotes various social welfare aspects such as social upliftment, educational upliftment, economic upliftment, and cultural interest. So all these things are safeguarded by the National Commission for the Scheduled Caste. So here itself we come to know that recently Samir Wankhede had requested the National Commission for Scheduled Caste to inquire into the matter of his harassment by the politicians regarding various aspects, such as he had taken the reservation fraudulently and other matters. He is being mentally harassed, he is being taken as a victim by the politicians, as of some opposition parties are pressing various charges against him. So in this regard, he has raised his voice and he had complained to the commission to inquire into this issue and to provide him the safeguard. So here it comes into the picture, and this commission is also required to submit annual reports, and the reports as and when it may be asked by the president, or the commission itself feels it's necessary to submit the report, and it also suggests on various matters which should be looked after by the government, which is related to the social and economic welfare of the scheduled caste. So here in the body we will talk about the evolution. So here first under Article 338, initially when the Constitution was enacted, at that very time this was not having a commission status, but it was stated in the Constitution that a special officer shall be appointed to look after into the matters of social welfare and other aspects of scheduled caste and scheduled tribes both. So the special officer was appointed for both of them at once, and the single officer was responsible for such matters. But after the 65th Constitutional Amendment Act of 1990, this was instituted as a commission. So joint commission, National Commission for SCs and STs, scheduled castes and scheduled tribes, was made, and here the special officer post was abolished, and thereafter a national commission was established to look after into the matters related to the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. However, through 89th Constitutional Amendment Act of 2003, the Commission for SCs and the Commission for STs was separated, and under Article 338 of the Constitution, a subsection A was part A was added, and through that separate National Commission for Scheduled Tribes was instituted, and a separate National Commission for the Scheduled Caste was instituted under Article 338. And the function, what are the functions of this commission? So this commission investigate and monitors all the matters which are related to the safeguards that are provided to the scheduled caste under the Constitution, as well as through various laws and acts that are being enacted by the Parliament as well as the state legislature. So all these things are looked after by the National Commission for SCs, and it investigates if in case any violation is there. So here the Samir Wankhede's case come into picture, and the National Commission on SC will investigate into the matter for the harassment of that officer by the politicians. It also inquires into the specific complaints with respect to the violation of the rights and safeguards of the scheduled castes. So here the complaint shall be lodged with the National Commission of SCs by the SC who is aggrieved by any violation of the safeguard which has been provided to him or her, and in case the specific complaint is received by the National Commission for the SCs, then it will start investigating on it, and it will suggest various remedies to the different authorities to be taken by them. So here it is also an investigating authority. Now it participates and advises the planning process that are going on for the socio-economic development of the SC. So whenever there is any plans and policies that are going to be enacted, and for that matter there is discussion and deliberation on those plans and policies, so the National Commission on the SC will be there participating in that deliberation process. It is also entitled to make suggestions in that planning process, and thereafter they used to ensure the development, socio-economic development of the SCs. Again, it evaluate the progress of their development. So the annual report shall be presented to the President regarding the progress, socio-economic developmental progresses of the scheduled caste to the President, as well as they are required to submit the report whenever the President asks them or President directs them to do so, as well as the Commission can so moto also submit the report at any point of time if they seem it necessary to present such a report to the President. And they make recommendations also to the president. Whenever they submit the annual report, then in that report they also mention some of the recommendations that should be taken, that should be enacted in future, or that should be considered while enacting any plans, policies, acts, laws, bylaws, etc. by the parliament as well as the state. So these recommendations are very important for the socio-economic development of the SCs, and they discharge certain other functions also which may be conferred on them, which will be directed by the president or by the parliament through any law, act, or any other notification by the president or the parliament or the minister of social justice and welfare. So here it also have the function to discharge, but that should be directed and that power should be conferred by the president or the parliament. So here it is the function of the National Commission on Scheduled Caste. And in conclusion, we have to write that it is an important institution for the upliftment, for the development, for the socio-economic situational improvement of the scheduled caste, and it is necessary that it should function for the matter for which it has been made. It should be working, it should be discharging its function in such a way that it should ensure the upliftment, socio-economic development of the scheduled caste, and it needs to work more prudently and proactively. They should be proactive in their function, they should be deliberating the matters prudently, they should be considering any of the case, any of the complaint that comes in front of them, and they should work according to the spirit of this commission. The functioning should be in letter and spirit of the commission for which it has been instituted. So this should be the flow of the answer, and for other questions and various other things, study materials, etc., you may follow us on our social media channels. Here it is for Facebook and Instagram. This is our Telegram channel. Our website has got a completely new look. You may go over there and you can purchase various courses, and do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new videos. Thank you very much and have a nice day.